Alright everyone, this is Zero Budget Geek and welcome to the Inquest of the Warlock of FIRETOP Mountain. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be playing about the first 30 minutes of this game, and in this Inquest we're going to be rating this game based on, you know, those first 30 minutes. So we're gonna rate it in a number of different categories. You'll see those ratings at the end of the game, and I'll give you my thoughts from there. So if, like me, you're familiar with some of the old choose your adventure books where you read through a book and then at a certain point you'll come to a decision, and it'll have you flip to a different page to see what the outcome of your decision is. There was a series of books called Fighting Fantasy that did the similar thing, but you actually created a character and rolled dice and did all kinds of combat and things like that that weren't just making decisions, which was really cool. But I don't remember getting to play a lot of them back in the day, and apparently this company here has been making video game versions of it. This is the company is Tin Man Games has released this game here, and basically it's a 3D version of one of those fighting fantasy books. So let's go ahead and just jump into a game so you can see what it's like. And this right here is basically the Dungeon Master, so click to continue. Now I have played a little bit of the game, so I'm familiar with it, so that's why it's going to say welcome back player. You can say let me begin a new journey, but we'll just say, who are you, Oriana? I'm repeating myself, player, but no matter. I am Oriana, the Keeper of Souls, your guide and your game master of sorts. Many adventurers have entered FIRETOP Mountain over the last 30 or so years. Voracious readers have wandered the many passages, battling the monsters within and negotiating the many traps, only then to take on the might of Zagor, the Warlock. With skill, stamina, and luck, they have chosen their many paths and rolled their fate. Many of these brave young adventurers have perished in the darkness, and their souls even now lie unclaimed. You appear to be the next brave soul to take on the mountain and all it contains. To do this, you will need to choose an Alasian hero to take into the mountain. Don't get too comfortable with your choice, however, as the ways are treacherous and it is doubtful that you will survive. Only by bringing me the souls of the fallen may you be blessed with new heroes over time, each with their own quest within Zagor's domain. So we're going to select our hero. So the game comes with 4 basic heroes that you can choose from, and we can click over here and you can see that there's actually different heroes later. I believe you can pay to unlock them, so it says 47 souls over there to unlock those. We can go over here, or actually I think I have 47 souls, and then you need a certain amount to unlock them. I don't know yet, I haven't unlocked anything yet. My experience with the game is very minimal, but there's a ton of different heroes to unlock. They have different abilities, and the story changes, I think, only slightly, but I don't know. I do know that story changes depending on who you're playing as. Right now we only have 4 different heroes, and I'm not going to go through every single one of them. We're going to pick this guy here, who's basically the straight-up fighter, Aaron Godspeed. So we'll click him. So characters have stamina, which is basically your health for the game. Skill is how good you are fighting, and I'm not exactly sure how luck plays into this. Born in Fang many moons ago, Aaron is seen as a hero to the locals there. His approach in battle is simple and direct. Charge forwards, chopping left and right with such force and speed so as to quickly put his enemy off balance. Should they manage to sneak a blow in under his onslaught, it will likely brush off Aaron's impressive physique as if it were a scratch. However, Aaron's mother, a diminutive seamstress, managed to produce such a gigantic warrior is anyone's guess. One popular theory is that giant's blood runs in his veins through some distant ancestor. So as a tribute, he's illiterate, reading is not your strong suit, he's fearsome, a terrifying appearance can strike fear into others. Now he has some attacks, we'll go into it real quickly. He's got a front attack that he can do, he's got a right attack, he can do a blade storm which swirls his swords around him in a deadly arc, and he has charging twin strike and one fluid motion. Aaron charges forward, striking at foes either side of him. So let's go ahead and just select him. And you have chosen Aaron Godspeed. If you like, you may select a different hero. If you are happy with your choice, then you may travel to FIRETOP Mountain and start your adventure. Alternatively, if you want to take part in a combat tutorial, activate free read mode, or want to learn more, blah blah blah. Alright, so we're just gonna go into fire. I've already done the tutorial, so we'll just travel, and then I'll tell you about the game as we go. So travel to Firetop Mountain. So a little character moves like a little pawn in a board game, which I really like. Okay, after your 2-day hike from Anvil, you reach the base of the infamous Firetop Mountain. It has been a long journey from your home city of Fang, capital of the small but prosperous province of Chiang Mai, and host to the Trial of Champions. Your dream of winning the trial, a grueling challenge to the death, its reward a purse of 10,000 gold pieces. However, you must train your body and mind to their peak in preparation for the event. You have heard tales of a beast similar to one allegedly found in the Trial of Champions that resides in the mountain, a man of immense strength who has the head of a bull. Defeating him would make for excellent training. The villagers also whisper timidly about the fearsome Warlock of Firetop Mountain, a cruel warlock whose fortune is built on the slaughter of innocent citizens. You feel duty-bound that if you happen across this unholy sorcerer, you will do all in your power to destroy him. You approach a cave, a known entrance used by a local band of orcs. Your hand grips the hilt of your sword as you consider what challenges may lie ahead. Your adventure starts here. Okay, so there's the entrance to the cave. I like the pictures. One cool thing about the pictures, you can actually click on them to go to like just a regular illustrator, but I like the color, so we'll go with that. We're going to peer into the gloom. So here's where we're going to kind of like a 3D view. You see dark slimy walls with pools of water on the stone floor in front of you. The air is cold and dank. Hearing faint scurrying to the east, you light your lantern. This place seems perfect for my training. It's cold, wet, and smells of orc. I enjoy a good orc hunt. Step warily into the blackness. Okay, so here we can make a choice. So here's what we already did. So that's why we have the little read icon. And then we only have one choice right now, is to approach the fork ahead. Now, nothing in this game as far as the layout, I don't think it's random. I think it's essentially the same layout and story. It's just, I think some minor details will change depending on the character. So we're going to move ahead to the fork. After a few yards, you arrive at a junction. We can turn west or turn east. I've played this before, so I think turning east is a little bit better. So we're gonna go forward here. And actually, I should have talked about what we had over here. Over here on this side, we have our stats over here. We can actually click on it and just look at some of the items that we have. We have 3 resurrection stones, which if we die during the game, we can continue. And these are our items here. We can use provisions basically to heal ourselves when we're resting. And then we have miscellaneous items. I don't think they do anything in particular. It's just you may need them for certain things. And we have a quest. Track down a Minotaur to defeat in preparation for the Trial of Champions. There's our bio, our attacks. And then over here we have, again, we have our backpack here. We have let's close this here. And we have a compass just to show where we are. And we have just the game settings. Alright, you hear the sound of heavy footsteps. The sound of scurrying continues ahead of you, as the sound of heavy footsteps. Aha, my first challenge awaits me. I feel more than ready for this. A few yards ahead, in the limit of the light cast by your lantern, you catch sight of a cleft in the tunnel wall. So we can duck inside the cleft to hide, which is right over here, or we can prepare to face what approaches. Well, we're a fighter, so let's just tackle it head on, and you can see what the combat is like. Coming toward you along the passageway are 2 ugly green-skinned creatures. You have disturbed an orc patrol. As they unsheath their weapons, you arm yourself and prepare to fight. Fight the orcs. Okay, so here is how the combat is. And to me, this is kind of a weak point in the game. I liked everything up until the combat here, and then I feel like this takes me out of the game a little bit too much. So the blue areas here is where we can move. Now we can click on any square that's highlighted, but the blue squares are we can move and or attack. The red square is we can't move there, but we could possibly attack towards there, and I did not mean to do that. All right, so we take our turns essentially simultaneously, but these guys are going to move into where they're pointing. So this guy's gonna move here, this guy's gonna move here. Now you got to pay attention. If the guys wobble, momentarily, that means they're going to attack instead of move. Since these guys, I didn't see them wobble, they're both going to move. There's nothing I can do to either one of these areas, so I actually I might just stand in this one spot here. Well, I can just I can move here. Alright, let's move forward 1 second. Alright, notice how they both wobbled. That means they're both going to attack the squares right in front of them. If I attack at the same time as the opponent, we'll go into a skill battle where we're going to match our skills and then roll some dice. And then whoever rolls better wins the fight. I don't think I want to do that though. I think I may want to move. Do I want to move back or to the side? I think I'll move over here and get out of the way. So see, they both attacked. And now they're both going to move forward. So I'm going to attack the spot where he's going to be at. So I'm going to do an attack right here. And he moves forward and hits. And now he moved, he wobbled. So he's going to attack here. So I may want to move. I mean, I could challenge him in the fight, but I don't think I want to do that because you want to preserve your stamina. I don't want to risk rolling and dying or taking a hit. So I'm going to move out of the way. This guy's going to attack. This guy's going to move. So I'm going to attack over here and get him as he moves forward. All right, killed him. And I think this guy's just going to move, so I'm going to attack the spot where he's going to go towards. I'd actually do a Blade Storm. Let's see if that does more damage. Alright, that did 3 damage, so that was definitely better. Alright, we are triumphant. We collect souls. You lost no stamina, you gain 4 souls, you have defeated the orcs. A quick search of the orcs' bodies turns up a handful of gold pieces, a crude bone charm, and a half-eaten rat on a stick. And we got 5 gold pieces. Alright, we could take the orc's bone charm or leave the bone charm of the corpse. We'll take it. I don't know what that's going to do. You pocket the bone charm, trying not to retch as you get close to the orc's stinking corpse. Perhaps it will be useful later. Cautiously, you make your way further down the dank tunnel. So we can go down, continue going down the east path which we were going, or choose the west path. We'll continue down the east path. When making those decisions, pay attention to your compass there. The passageway soon comes to an end at a solid-looking wooden door. Trying to open it, the door refuses to budge. You listen at the door but hear nothing. So we're gonna click to continue. These kinds of places always have doors that won't open. I should practice my skills in trying to break one down. When you try to charge the door down, attempt to kick the door down. Instead, turn back and return to first junction. I'm gonna attempt to kick the door down. You give the door a mighty kick and it swings open easily. You are about to enter when you notice that the room is actually a pit. Had you charged the door, you'd be nursing a sore rump by now. Examining the pit, you notice that the sides are full of handholds, so it should not be difficult to climb back out. We'll climb into the pit rather than going back. Now, I love the look of it. This is the part that I really like. I like the dungeon delving and making the decisions. I'm not sold on the combat, but maybe it'll grow on me. Looking around, you can see 2 cave entrances leading off from the pit opposite you. Moldering bones litter the floor, small piles of them stuck together in pools of fetid slime. Alright. You glance around the vile pit. We can enter the cave to the left or try the cave to the right. I've done this already, so I know that entering the cave to the left is a little bit better. There's some items I think we can find here. You enter a small cave with slime dripping from its rough rock walls. A sickly sweet smell assaults your senses as you enter. It is the smell of rotting meat, the remains of rats, and even a half-eaten goblin lying in one corner. In another is a large joint of meat. It looks like whatever is using this place as a larder is saving this choice haunch of giant aardwolf for later. That meat could come in useful if I need to feed a hungry something. So we're gonna take the giant aardwolf meat, and then we kind of come back here, and then we can leave the pit or investigate the other cave. We'll investigate the other cave. The first thing that hits you as you approach the cave is the stench, an unpleasant melange of mushrooms and rotting meat. Whatever was nearby, you sense that it has not strayed far from its home. I sense something quite nasty in this room. I must be on my guard. So we can leave or survey the murky cave. Now I do know from playing that there is something kind of bad here, but we're gonna go survey the murky cave. As you peer deeper into the gloomy cave, you suddenly see a pair of evil-looking eyes appear from the darkness. A slime beast lurks within and has spotted you. Two hideous slime zombies, previous adventurers reanimated by the slime, have also emerged from the goo. They shamble toward you with one sole purpose. The slime beast, meanwhile, launches itself at you with its powerful hind legs. Fight the monsters is our only choice. So we go into a combat. This is going to be tough. I died the first time I played this. I actually have done this fight 2 times before. I lost one and won once. And I was busy talking that I did not notice what they were going to be doing. I'm going to attack this spot because I think he was going to move. Nope, he chose to attack. Oh, he attacked me, damn it. Alright, I know he's moving. Oh god, I didn't pay attention to what's happening. I think I'm going to move over here, though. Okay, looks like they're all moving. Now these guys are gonna move to the same spot. They're gonna bump. I don't know who's going to get hit. I'm gonna go ahead and just do an attack. Actually, maybe I'll do a blade storm. And whoever. I'm gonna do a blade storm there. Boom! I got him. So he's going to attack. He's gonna attack. I think this guy's just gonna get bumped, and this guy's gonna move over here. His skill is a 7. I don't know if I want to challenge that. What could I do? I could do a twin charge strike over here and try to get both of them. Let's try for it. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, I pushed him back. I forgot that we're clashing. I won the clash, but I got hit a bunch. Okay, well, whatever that was, I'm not exactly sure how that attack works, but it worked really good. And now he's going to move. I'm taking damage, so I'm going to be hurt here. I'm going to attack where he's going. Alright, hey, I did better than all the other times combined. You have defeated the monsters. The creature's dead. You wipe the disgusting ichor that passes for their blood from your weapon and investigate. Apart from sticky pools of acidic slime and various mounds of other altogether more unpleasant material, there is nothing of interest here. Leave the slime beast lair. Alright, and then we're gonna leave the pit altogether. And then we pretty much just get back to this junction. You arrive back at the junction. In the passage, you look left to see the cave entrance in the dim distance, but we can't go leave. We can just go walk straight on. A little way along the passageway, you come to what is clearly a sentry post. He's sleeping. You approach with caution and can see another orc, this time on his own in leathery armor asleep at his post. I think this Zagor needs to employ more vigilant guards. This is almost too easy. Carefully approach the sleeping orc. There is no other way through the orc other than straight in front of him. You could try to sneak past, or perhaps the direct approach might be better. Wake the orc and fight him. Sure, I'm gonna fight. I'm not gonna tiptoe past. There's an angry snort from the orc as he awakes. He grumpily gets up with a start, draws his weapon, and snarls at you, ready to fight. Fight the orc guard. Okay, there's only one, so this should be kind of easy. He's going to attack the spot in front of him, so we're not going to move. Maybe I'll move. Where do I want to go? I could do a twin charge strike, actually. Maybe I'll. No, yeah, I'll do that. Actually, I cannot do that. I would have to do it. Let's look at our character here. Oh, we can't look at it right now. Well, we don't want to move forward because he's gonna. We just attack this spot. Oh, he had a ranged attack. That's why. Okay. Well, we gotta be careful of that. So I think he's moving this time. So we'll attack that spot. All right. Now he's attacking. So let's dodge out of the way. And now he's gonna move here. We'll attack where he's going. And we've killed him. Oh, you've defeated the orc guard. Okay. The passageway begins to widen until you enter a cave. However, blocking the cave's exit are two of the ugliest creatures you have ever seen. They have the proportions of dogs, but their hide is rough and scaly. Each beast is chained to the cave wall, secured by their thick brass collars. The two orc hounds begin to snarl and strain at their chains. They cannot reach you, but their chains are long enough that should you approach, you will not be able to escape their slavering jaws. Killing these unfortunate creatures while chained to the wall would not be good sport. You are going to have to deal with them quickly, one way or another, before they attract the attention of an orc patrol, or maybe something even worse. So we can draw our weapons and do what has to be done, or we can distract the orc hounds with some food. Now, had we not picked up that piece of food earlier, we would not have that option. So we're going to do that. Distract the orc hounds with some food. The orc hounds wait expectantly. What do you want to offer the animals? Throw them a portion of your provisions. Well, actually, we could have done that, but we could either do provisions, throw them a joint of meat, or fight. We're going to throw them a joint of meat. Taking the giant aardwolf joint from your backpack, you toss it towards the orc hounds. The hungry animals pounce on it immediately. They wrestle over the meat for a moment until they manage to tear it in half with their powerful jaws. Taking their prizes away to opposite sides of the cave, they leave the way through clear. Not hesitating for a second, you take the opportunity to sneak past the orc hounds as they noisily devour the rancid meat. Alright, we'll sneak past the orc hounds. Leaving the cave as quickly as you can follow the new passageway as it turns north. Rest ye here, weary traveler. Alright, set against the wall is a wooden bench where you may rest. Player, I would strongly advise sitting on this bench. If you do not, Aaron and Godspeed will not be able to resurrect at this location if they perish. So this is essentially a save point where if we were to die later on, we can use one of those resurrection stones and continue the game from this point. So there's gonna be those benches strewn throughout the game, but again, you only have 3 resurrections. Once those resurrections are gone, then you're permanently dead and you'd have to start a new run. This is also the time when we can actually consume provisions to increase our stamina. So let's go ahead and rest and consume some provisions. You sit down on the bench and take out a portion of provisions from your pack. Your moment of rest combined with your healthy provisions make you feel much better. So we got plus 10 stamina, so we're back at full. Continue along the passage. To your left, on the west face of the passage, there is a rough cut wooden door. You listen at the door and can hear a rasping sound, which may be some sort of creature snoring. We'll do maybe one more encounter. We can open the door, press onwards. We'll open the door because we're a fighter. We're just gonna kick the door down and approach everything. The door opens to reveal a small smelly room. In the center of the room is a rickety wooden table on which stands a lit candle. Underneath the table is a small wooden box. Asleep on a straw mattress, groaning in the far corner of the room, is a green-skinned orc. He is a stocky creature with an ugly, warty face. He must be the guard for the night watch. Another sleeping orc. Maybe this place was not a great choice for my training. It's too easy. Try to steal the box without waking the orc. I can wake up the orc and threaten him, or gently close the door and return to Gordon. We're a fighter. Wake the orc and threaten him. Storming over to the sleeping orc, you heave him off his filthy straw mattress to wake him up. Get up, fool! You growl in your most fearsome voice. Ah, fearsome. We are fearsome. To your surprise, the orc is up on his feet in an instant and very angry at being woken up. He draws his weapon and charges towards you with an almighty roar. Fight the orc. Alright, so here we can actually see now the effects of, like, there's items in combat. So there's this table. It is destructible, so he's going to attack the table. I think I'm gonna go ahead and move over here, see what he does. Alright, he attacked the table. He's gonna move there. I think I'm just gonna attack the table. If I do a twin charge strike, I don't think that's gonna let me. Let's try the twin charge strike and see how that works. So I think I move forward and attack that. Alright, he is going to attack at me. Let's dodge out of the way. He attacks, and now we know he's gonna move here. So let's just do a blade storm there. And probably kill him. Oh, not enough. He is going to attack me over here now. Since we're not doing a full series run, we'll just attack and we'll compare dice rolls. Clashing, and I've won the clash and I have killed them. you have defeated the orc. With the box in hand, you leave the room and open the box. In the passage inside, you find 4 gold pieces and a small mouse, which must have been the creature's pet. 4 gold pieces. You release the mouse, which scurries off down the passageway. I don't know if that's gonna come into play later. Alright, so, and we can just leave now and continue our adventure, but I think we'll go ahead and stop things here. I think that gives you a basic idea of the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what we think about this game. Well, the first category that I want to rate this game on is on value, and right now on Steam the game is $19.99. Based off of what I've played here and what I've tried so far, I think that is kind of too high. This feels like at best a $15 game, but it could be a $10 game. But again, this is just a first impression, so seeing $20 wouldn't make me want to buy this game. I'd be wary. I'd be waiting for it to come down. So for that, it gets a D for me. I hate to do it, but you know, I think that's just too much for it. Maybe later on I'll get to play more and see how much more this game has to offer, and maybe it's worth $20, but it doesn't look like that right off the bat. Okay, the next category is writing. So the writing is obviously gonna get a high mark in here. The tutorial for the game is pretty good. It was able to teach me, you know, the game very quickly, and you know, I got the basics of it. So when we're judging writing, we're talking about how easy it is to, you know, how clear are the rules, the instructions, and also thematically there's a lot of writing in this game. So obviously it's gonna get high marks. The writing was really good. It was very thematic. It got me into the story. In fact, I like the writing better than the actual gameplay of the combat. So for writing, we give this an A. Let's talk about overlapping. Well, what I mean by overlapping is does this game fit in your collection if you already have a similar game? Well, it's kind of weird. It was kind of hard to judge this one because it's kind of a unique game. It's not really a dungeon crawler, though it has aspects of it. It's not really a roguelike, and it's not really a skirmish game because even though it has, like, you know, aspects of that. So it's kind of a unique game, and I don't think that it does any of those very well. Like I think this could have been really great as a roguelike or roguelite, with having the story changing a lot depending what you do. It doesn't seem like it. Like it seems like, you know, for the most part, most of the decisions are relatively the same. I would have liked to see the different corridors changing up, and it seems like it's the same each time. So does this game need to be in your collection? Not really, unless you're really looking for something like this. So it's a unique game, and for that, you know, you probably really want to get it, but I'd have to give it a C. It's just kind of middle of the road. If you're looking for something like this, you're gonna want to have it. If you're not interested in something like this, then this is not gonna convince you. Alright, next let's talk about accessibility. Well, how easy it is to get into this game and to play the game. Well, like I mentioned in the writing, the tutorial was very well done, and it's very easy to learn the game and get in it. For the most part, you're reading and making decisions, and learning to play was not very hard. The combat, though a little bit weird at first, was pretty easy to get into, and I started kind of liking it as I went on. So maybe as I play more, I'll get to like it. So for accessibility, I'd give this an A. Like, I think anybody can jump into this game and learn to play relatively quickly, and it wasn't super hard, though. I think it's gonna get hard later on, but I think it's gonna progress gradually. So for accessibility, I give it an A. And then the last category is the X factor. So for this, X factor is basically some kind of unique category to the game that I think is gonna either be really great or really bad, and this is kind of tough, and I have to give this a little bit of a knock because of the combat. I'm not a fan of the combat. Like, I felt like the combat took me out of, you know, the mood of the story. Though, you know, the combat makes sense. You're fighting the things that you're seeing, but I don't know what I would have preferred. I think I might have actually preferred a little bit more of a traditional RPG combat, a turn-based, you know, action selection, rather than, you know, sort of a miniatures weird skirmish. It didn't feel like it belonged there. So so the X factor for me is the combat, which gives it a C. So the overall rating that I give for this game, and it's just a first impression rating, this could change based off of a further review, my overall rating for this game is a B. There's some things that I'm not crazy about it, but there's some things that I really like about it. Things that I didn't really like was the cost and, you know, some of the mechanics, though I could probably grow to like those. The things that I did like was the writing and how easy it was to get into this game. So that is my Inquest of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to give this game a try, go see the link down in the description. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.